was in plain sight. Blue money, clean seas, that's the future for you and me. Let's make smart and careful moves, that's our island improve. Blue money, clean seas, trust and stewardship is the key. So keep Montserrat clean and strong. That is our responsibility. Keep it clean. The sea gives fish and food to eat. Cruise ships bring visitors to our streets. Divers come to see the reefs below. That's how the blue economy grows. Please no plastic floating on the sides. This hurt the turtles that's trying to hide. So when we keep polluting carelessly, we will not see any prosperity. Blue money, clean seas, that's the future for you and me. Let's make smart and careful moves, that's how our island improves. Blue money, clean seas, trust and stewardship is the key. So keep Montserrat clean and free. That is our responsibility.
Ready.
Trust means doing what is right, even when nobody is in sight. Stewardship means taking care.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to the Blue Zone. We have been away off air for the past 3 or 4 weeks-ish, and I'm looking forward to telling you all about that. But today I just want to say a pleasant good morning to all of our listeners, and and a big shout out to Calypsonian, the junior Calypsonian Dragon, for his song Blue Money, Clean Seas. And if you're wondering who this very talented young man is, it's Terrence Lee Jr. and punching hard in the St. Patrick's Festival Junior Calypso show. And he won a prize from Fish and Fins as well for his contribution. So I just want to say big up to you, big up to your family. I see you have the vision, and we are so excited to be broadcasting your your song. So today I have a very special guest with me, because while I have been away, and I'm going to tell you all about what I've been getting up to, but while I have been away, there have been some really special people keeping Fish and Fins and the Ocean Club going. You might have heard me mention before that we started a science ocean club at Fish and Fins, and we had about 10 to 15 young people on that program. And one of those young people is sitting right next to me this morning, and her name is Tsokota.
Yeah.
I have to get this pronunciation right. So, Tsokota, welcome to the Blue Zone. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm also happy to have you as a student on the Fish and Fins Ocean Club. So, good morning.
Good morning to you as well.
And how are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you. And I want to say thank you for you and everybody else on the team who have been participating and sharing and learning all sorts of fantastic things about our ocean space here on Montserrat. And I know you have a beautiful accent.
Thank you.
And as people listen to you this morning, they're going to be wondering, where is that accent really from? So can you tell people first how old you are and where do you come from originally?
So I'm 12 and I come from Africa, from a small part called Zimbabwe. Yes.
You're 12 years old and from Zimbabwe.
Yes.
So welcome to Montserrat.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
And how long have you been on Montserrat?
1 year now.
1 year.
Yes.
And so tell us about Zimbabwe. So I am familiar, I may know maybe one or two people in my life. I had come from Zimbabwe. I had been to Africa before and I had the most amazing time of my life. I nearly actually lived in Africa instead of coming back to Montserrat. But I want to hear more from you about what Zimbabwe is like and how did it feel to actually come from Zimbabwe to Montserrat?
So for me, Zimbabwe is a great place. It's somewhere you can explore the safari. With tons of nature, tons of forest, explore tons of mountains. And yeah, the most exciting part about Zimbabwe is like when you just go out there, you meet new different people, new tourists, new places. Since I didn't travel much, I used to get excited saying, oh, we are planning this, we're going there. I was like, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I really used to enjoy the valleys and rivers and dams, fishing, having fun. Yeah.
You used to go fishing too?
Most of the time when I go to the village side.
And what was the village side called where there was fishing going on?
I can't pronounce. You can't. Even if I say it, you can't pronounce the name.
Say it anyway. So you can feel the African vibe in the room.
Okay. So the river was Nyamatendera River.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right, very nice. Now, how many people live in Zimbabwe? Do you know?
Currently, I don't know, but
is it in the millions, you think?
Maybe in the billions.
So a huge amount.
Yes, a huge amount.
Very big compared to a little tiny Montserrat where we only have maybe about 4,500 people. Yes. Maybe you only had 4,000 in your village compared to the whole country.
Yes, maybe.
So this is very interesting, and it's a very interesting dynamic, right? So you've come from this really big country in Africa, and the only thing I know about that's famous to most of us is the leader that you once had. And you're very little at 12 years old. Yes. When I was growing up, I used to hear about this really strong leader in Zimbabwe called Robert Mugabe.
Yes.
And some people said good things, some people said not so good things. And I don't know what you know about the political situation in Zimbabwe. But can you tell us anything about that?
For me, when Robert Mugabe was in there, I wasn't born yet. So I started discovering, researching about me, asking some things from my parents. And I asked. The reviews I had were good. So I was like, okay, he's a good person.
Right.
So when I researched about Robert Mugabe, I found that Robert Mugabe was an inspiring person.
Inspiring.
Yes. He told the young generation who were there of the times to work hard and be passionate about what they do. Not knowing about the politics though, so I'll leave that.
Yes.
But Robert Mugabe, I wish he was here leading Zimbabwe today.
So it's not as good now as when he was in power.
Yes.
That's interesting. And so he would have been known for things like, I don't know, you were telling me when we were speaking earlier about a relationship between Russia.
Yes, I heard that from someone I asked, and she said, oh, Robert Mugabe influenced the relationship between Zimbabwe and Russia. I don't know if that's true or not, but with what I heard, I was like, okay, maybe it's true.
Yeah.
So why doesn't that change everything if Zimbabwe is full of sanctions, but we have this relationship with an Asian president? Why doesn't it change the sanctions?
You still have sanctions, heavy sanctions.
Heavy sanctions.
So there's a lot of poverty, a lot of pressure on the people of Zimbabwe, and that was the situation and context you came from to be able to move to Montserrat with your family.
Yes.
And so you have a lovely mom who I've only spoken to on the phone. And tell me your mom's name again.
My mother's name is Shungu.
Shungu.
Yes.
Nurse Shungu. Because she's working here now with the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
Right. So when you heard that you were going to move to Montserrat, because you've been here for how long now?
1 year.
1 year. So when you heard you were going to move to Montserrat, You must have thought, where is this place? Did you research Montserrat?
I didn't research Montserrat, but since the economy of Zimbabwe was like unstable for a while, no internet, no advanced technology installed in. So I didn't get the chance to research about Montserrat, to find the concept related to Montserrat. I was so excited.
Yeah. So you come from in Zimbabwe, and you've got to educate me because I'm not even sure. So when you're in Zimbabwe, you have different seasons. Is it like a cold season? You get like here you have almost like 3 seasons: wet, dry, and hurricane season. But in Zimbabwe, does it get colder? Some months you have to put on sweaters, things like this. I know South Africa gets very cold, and you're around South Africa, right?
Yes.
You're near to South Africa.
Yes, we are near to South Africa.
So it feels different. The temperature is different.
Yes.
And so when you fly into Antigua,
yes,
and you realize you're coming to Little Montserrat, you get on a plane.
Yes.
Right? And this plane is probably the smallest plane you've ever been on in your life.
Correct.
How did that feel? What was that flight over to Montserrat like? And maybe we should look sometimes straight ahead, because that way people can actually see us on the Facebook, because we're streaming live on Facebook. And if you dial 491-225-2885, people can actually call in live to Radio ZJB and join the program, or they can call 491-7227 or 491-9064, or they can call WhatsApp 496-2885. So I just wanted to tell that to people if they want to call in and say hi to you or say hi to us and join the program. But tell me now, the fly in, do you remember if it was Fly Montserrat or SVG or Winea? You don't know which one? It was one of the little planes, though.
Yeah, the little planes was Fly Montserrat.
Fly Montserrat. Tell me the experience. You get on the flight. You see the flight on the runway.
Yes.
And talk me through that. How did it feel coming into Montserrat for the first time?
So for me, when I came to Montserrat, when I was like, I didn't even know Montserrat, because no one in my country knew Montserrat. So we're a bit stuck on the airport, Zimbabwean airport. So we asked, we don't do it like when I entered the airport, when we were checking in, we're going to Montserrat. I don't know, ma'am. We don't know Montserrat, sir, or ma'am. We don't know Montserrat. We don't know that island. But my father was like, it's there. The island is visible. It's there. We never heard of that island.
So they were telling you that in Zimbabwe at the airport. Okay,
yes.
okay.
It's like, and then when they started researching, open dictionaries, I was like, okay, why can't you just, there's Google, we have Google, you can just research. It's like, after waiting hours and hours of waiting, they finally found Montserrat.
Wow.
On the map. It was so tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny. And, to my knowledge, and I'm not sure if this is correct, somebody can call in and maybe correct me if so, but previous to the volcanic eruption, Montserrat wasn't always on a map. So if somebody's actually going through like a textbook or an encyclopedia or something like this, it's going to be very difficult to maybe find Montserrat on a traditional map. I don't know. So maybe that's why it took so long, because it's not like they could have gone into like an AI system or a computer system and just typed in Montserrat and see it flash up, because they're probably doing things by manually, because you said there's not much internet.
Yes.
So so they couldn't understand where you're going, like where are these people leaving the country to go to.
Yes.
And so they finally figure it out and they give you your permission to leave.
Yes. So after that, the rest of things, we finally went in our first plane, and it was a flight to Kenya.
Oh, how cool. Yes.
So for me, I stayed in Zimbabwe. I was born in Zimbabwe, raised there. Never got the chance to travel much. And that's why I was so excited to go to Kenya. We reached Kenya. We waited for check-in. Our flight was almost delayed. Our flight to France. Yeah, it was a flight.
So you went from Kenya to France.
Yes.
And how long were you in Kenya?
I can't remember now.
No? Okay.
I can't remember.
But you could see around from inside the airport. You can see around, and you were flying in, so you can see all the vast landscapes
yes,
and
yes. I was so excited. I was
big
like,
city as well. They have
Yes.
a big city.
Yes. So after minutes and hours of waiting, that's when the hunger struck.
That's when your belly started crying.
Yes, my belly cries, And then we ate our food and then went for check-in again. Did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Waited and waited of hours of misery, as I could remember.
Oh.
So
Why misery though? It's just a long wait. You're
Yes.
excited and frustrated at the same time.
Yes. And then we went, and then finally, relief.
Mm-hmm.
Went to our third plane to France, Paris, the city.
City of love.
Yes, city of romance.
Yeah.
So we finally went in the plane,
Mm-hmm.
flew,
Mm-hmm.
got down by the airport.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of Kylian Mbappe. Yeah. So I was really excited for France.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was excited, but I had tons of feelings in my bones. We got down.
This is your biggest adventure.
Yes, it was a big adventure. If I wanted to document it, I would document it.
You should have taken videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead. So you're in France. You fly into the main airport.
Yes. We got busy trying to find. France airport's a big.
Mm-hmm.
So we're a bit confused where to go.
Yes.
And then we just found I'm like, are we going to get there any sooner? Because I really missed my mother.
You what?
I really missed my mom.
You missed your mom.
Yes. So I was so full of anticipation that let's
But what do you mean you missed your mom? Wasn't your mom flying with you?
No, she was already here in Montserrat.
Oh, so you and your sister came.
Me and my sisters, and my brother, and my father.
Oh, so you came separately.
Yes.
Oh, so you were missing her, and by this time you're starting to get anxious, and you just want to your mom.
Yes.
Okay.
After hours of confusion and searching, we finally went for check-in. We checked in, booked a flight to St. Martin.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And when I reached St. Martin, everyone was friendly. Some of them. Yeah.
And it's a totally different vibe now because
Yeah,
you're in the Caribbean.
yeah.
You feel a tropical vibe. You see this beautiful ocean. You see the coral reef.
Yes.
You see a different environment altogether.
Yes.
So when you're approaching after your long trip through 2 other countries, what did you feel?
When I reached St. Martin, I felt good that we're almost near. Only one island to go. Yeah, of course. So I was like, when I looked at the outskirts of St. Martin, I saw the sea.
Yes.
It was so blue,
Yes.
so nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you can feel the air
Yes.
of the sea.
Yes.
So I was really jacked up for that air.
The sea breeze.
Yeah.
Like only the Caribbean could do.
Yeah. Like the vibe is nice.
Okay, so you fly from St. Martin.
And went to Antigua.
Ah.
And I was like, and then I asked my father, is it the last island we'll go?
What an adventure.
Yeah. And then he said yes. That's okay. So when I was thinking about Montserrat, that face when I was still in Zimbabwe,
Yeah.
I thought that Montserrat was like a snowy place, full of snow
Yeah.
that I can dive into or something.
Yeah.
So when I reached Antigua, I was like, wait a minute. wasn't this supposed to be a snowy adventure? So why am I? It was so hot.
Yeah.
I had to remove everything that I had to
What
put
month
on.
did you come here in?
I came here in July.
In July. So it's like summertime, the peak of
Yes.
the hot season.
Yes. It was so hot. I was like, am I in a heat wave? Am I in Sahara Desert? I'm like, it was so. I was crushed.
Crushed.
Yeah.
You were disappointed.
I was disappointed.
There was no big city, big buildings, and there wasn't snow.
Yes.
So you were like, what is this?
Yeah. I was like that, hopefully. Yes.
So by the time you got into the island, you came on the little plane. I want to know the little plane experience. How did it feel? Because you're on jumbo jets.
Yes.
Flying high in the sky. You get on this little plane that kind of flies mid-level, close to the sea almost.
Yes.
And it's like 9 people in the plane.
Yes. So reviewing to that little plane.
Yeah.
When I entered the plane, that's when I felt the hotness. Like,
When you got in the plane?
yes.
Okay.
So it was hot. So, as I could remember much, the noise of the plane. This was annoying to me, but I just said, you're going to get there. You're going to get there.
At the end.
At the end.
Yes.
So, I entered the plane, sat comfortably. With my hot self, with the hot weather,
Yes.
I was sweating a lot, so I wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for everything. We sat in the plane. The plane flew.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared, but it's my first time flying over the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what if I fall or something? What if I die since I'm in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah.
But my sisters are like, you're not going to die. You're
No.
not. You're not. No. Trust the pilot.
Go, sister. She's all brave and keeps you confident.
Sometimes it's annoying, though. To
Yeah.
me, it's sibling.
It's a sibling thing.
It's a sibling thing.
I'm a single child, so I don't really. I have half the sisters and brothers.
Okay.
But they weren't so close to me every day to annoy me, so I still love them a lot.
Yeah.
But so you arrive into Montserrat, and then you've been here a few months,
Yes.
and I'm conscious that we don't have as much time because I'm hoping you'll come back and speak to me even more as the time goes by this summer. But you started to do a program with Fish and Fins, our Ocean Science Club, and I was very happy to meet you. You joined with several other young people, and since I've been away for the past 3-4 weeks, you have been doing your science club. So the idea behind this science club has been for people to get too familiar with the ocean space and also get familiar with collecting data, especially young people your age.
Yeah.
And you're one of the youngest of the group. And I'm wondering, I've been so eager to find out how has it been going? What's been happening? Because when I left, you had done your first session, which was on classifications. So that was like the difference between animals and the plants and the difference between invertebrates and vertebrates, things that you must have been doing in school already.
Yes.
But really sort of shaping it to focus on the sea and our very unique environment here.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how it's been going since I've been away.
So for me, when you have been away, it has been a good experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
I got to learn things that I didn't know about the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the ocean or the sea?
It's the sea.
The sea.
It's a sea, but we sort of refer to it as one ocean. But the Caribbean on this side is the Caribbean Sea on the calm western side of the island. And if you go to a place like Lookout Village or Margarita Bay, from that going back to the exclusion area of the island is an Atlantic Ocean.
Oh.
So the sea sort of blends into the ocean, and refer to that one as a shared ocean across all the continents of the world.
Okay.
So you can say either.
Okay.
Well, go
So
ahead.
for me, when I explored the sea or ocean,
Mm-hmm.
it was a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing animals, especially crabs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was when I saw them crawling, it's like I was so amazed by the crabs. I was like, my, was I was so happy. I fought so many monkeys that I was like, since I've been in a landlocked country of the rest of my life, got the experience, the chance to learn and explore.
Because the fish is different too, right?
Yes.
So in Zimbabwe, you're landlocked, you mentioned.
Yes.
And so you have more like river
Yes.
fish. What sort of fish do you get there?
We have catfish, we have brim, we have tigerfish. Yeah, that's the three main types.
Do you have crocodiles?
Yeah, we have crocodiles as
Do
well.
people eat crocodiles there?
Some of them eat the tails.
Okay. And what is it? Have you ever had crocodile tail?
Yes.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like chicken. Some us too little too different.
We have like a kind of crocodile here. Well, it looks like we would probably call it like little dinosaurs of the Caribbean, which is our iguanas. People eat them. Some people eat them. I don't know. Maybe they taste like chicken. I don't know. Have you seen the iguanas?
Yes, I've seen iguanas.
Okay.
And I really like them though.
You like them?
Yes.
I sometimes get a little bit wary of them. I'm not exactly scared of them, but I like when they keep the distance. And when they sort of come together in groups, I get a little bit freaked out because they just look so bizarre. But so here, when you do a little bit of snorkeling, because you're not swimming yet.
Yes, I'm not swimming.
But you have had a chance to discover some snorkeling and see some fish.
Yes.
Do you recognize and remember any of the fish that you've seen here?
Let's see. Let's see if I could remember. I remember, what do you call this? Barracuda?
Barracuda?
Yes.
You've seen that one?
Yes, I've seen. I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's very good. So you've been doing most of your snorkeling on Little Bay. I think you guys have also snorkeled down at Old Road Isles Bay as well. So this is interesting. And so the whole idea behind the program has been so you can actually ask yourself scientific questions about what you're seeing and observing, and you can collect data around it. And so I wanted to know what the process of observing and asking a scientific hypothesis has been. How have you chosen a topic yet for research and for presentation? Because we have 2 more weeks left in this particular club cycle. So how did you find asking scientific questions and observing and going from observation to saying, okay, that's definitely what I want to research, and helping to, get that information that you want?
So I've chosen a topic which is the formation of beach rocks, right? So
the formation of
beach rocks.
Beach rocks.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, I just found this when I was just thinking of random things. I was like, I wondered, how are beach rocks actually made? Did they that pop up there and say hello? Or are they just... There must be a process for them to evolve, to be just there to say hello to us. And then I started researching about this, asking people who I know, asking AI, using tools, researching, evaluating. And then I came to the idea that I'm going to write about this project.
Right.
Yes. So when I was researching, I found some very interesting things. I never know that the sea had its own glue.
Interesting. Like
It was really
its own.
interesting.
You've described it to me as its own concrete.
Yes. So in simple detail, I'm just going to give a brief of how they're actually made.
Go ahead.
So when I was researching about how the beach rocks are made, I found out that some of them come from the volcano. When the volcano rolled, it ended up taking some rocks, and then that's what I saw when I was at Old Isles Bay. Yeah. I remember Valerie explaining that to me. So I researched and was like, so when the beach rocks actually made, like when the sea sways from back to forth, it's the sand in the sea takes up and it molds itself. That's where the glue comes in
Ah.
and molds. And it takes about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to let it be solid and solid and solid. And then it gathers shells, little small parts of animals, shells,
Yeah.
and sometimes there are plants
Yes.
jacked up in the stone. So that's when you see those white things or something in the stone, that design in the
Yes.
stone. Yes.
Sometimes even like pieces of glass, so there's
Yes.
just shiny little pieces in.
Yes. That's where you see everything molding up, and then it combines and combines and until it becomes solid and then brought back to the shore. So that's when you see them just lying down there saying hello to you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you have been collecting stone as samples as well. Like, what's been your method for collecting your data?
Usually I photograph.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That's how I keep them preserved. Yes.
Interesting. So you have 2 more weeks in this particular cycle of the Ocean Club. And next week, Sunday, I'm going to be there too. I'm hoping that we'll get to go into the water, and we'll also be able to collect more data so you could do more stone sampling. And that's going to be your final day for collecting data. Are you looking forward?
I'm looking forward for it. I'm ready.
Yes. And your sister has also been in the program.
Yes.
And how has she found it?
I think it's been a good experience for her. For her as a teenager, there's nothing much to do. So I think she felt excited that she's coming along. Yeah.
Okay, good. 'Cause she's older than you.
Yes.
And shout out to your sister. Say, what's her name and where does she work?
Her name is Shalom.
Shalom.
Yes. And she works at Nadine.
Nadine.
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so hello, Shalom. And, we're looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. And so then when you're finished, we're going to be able to do presentations as well. So all of you are going to be do presentations in your particular projects. And I'm super looking forward to seeing all of that as well. And I don't know, maybe we should take a break. We'll take a quick break. Is that good?
Look at the world in general, how we treat the environment. With such utter disregard and such discontent. But it could never be wise to pick a fight with Mother Nature. You can't win that battle, she's a real good counter-puncher. We must all be prudent and be all good students. You better listen what Vita say, or we won't be around one day. I hate it when I'm right, I wish I was wrong. If we don't learn lessons of the past, we won't be here long. Cause while we out there just littering, partying, and just having a ball, when the oceans will rise, mankind will surely fall.
Well, Tsokota, it's been absolutely fantastic speaking to you, and I enjoy it. Do you think you would like to be my co-host?
Yes,
And come
definitely.
more often?
Definitely.
I think you're such a talented communicator.
Thank you.
And a big part of science is communication, right? Because
Yes.
people, you have different ways of collecting your data, and sometimes you may choose to do like a qualitative analysis of your data, which is more to do with numbers and pie charts and bar graphs and sometimes coding and things like this. And there's another part of science which is different too, which maybe some may argue can appeal to a wider cross section of people. And so you collect your data and you could maybe do interviews with people, you can tell stories, and you feel, to me, like a kindred spirit. I feel like you're very much a storyteller when you speak. And I think that's a very great talent to go into scientific communication. So how you explore nature and how you tell people about the things you're learning, and doing that in a creative way is a talent for you. So high five, big up yourself. I think you're fantastic. And I also wanted us to finish off this particular section by saying a big thank you to some of our sponsors who are making the Fish and Fins Ocean Club possible. And I think you've got a list of them. So over to you to say a big up and thank you to those folks.
Yes. A huge thank you to these sponsors who supported the Fish and Fins Ocean Club. Honorable Dr. Ingrid Ofang and the Minister of Education, Mr. Joseph Ogaro, and the manager of the Mount Serrat Port Authority, Mount Serrat Tourism Authority, Mrs. Rosetta West Jarros, and Bod. These are the three main sponsors of the Fish and Fins Ocean Club. And a huge thank you to David and Valerie, who were there to facilitate us every week.
Absolutely. So good. And I feel so honored to have met you. I feel so honored to have an incredible set of people. We're a very small team, but doing amazing work. And I have never seen and come across so many dedicated people in my entire life. I started Fish and Fins maybe 14 years ago, 13 years ago. And I had no money, I had no plan, I didn't know lots of things about the ocean. And there was people who came in the community to support me, and that continues to this day. And I just want to say a big thank you too to David and Valerie, who have been holding things down at Fish and Fins, and the rest of the team as well. We have Oslin Butler, we have Aldine Williams, we have the youth team, we have Donique Ben, we have so many people. Right now, back on the island, we have Paul Morris. I should probably hook you up with him, because if he's still on the island, he has done a lot to help teach children in our program how to swim. So if you have time over the summer, and he's still here during the summer, you could probably do some one-to-one training with him as well. So that is some of what we have been doing while I was away. And I want to tell you now what I've been doing and why you didn't see me every week. And so I went to Santo Domingo, which is another island in the Caribbean. It's a big city, huge city. I think there's like 11 million people in that country. The Dominican Republic, it's called.
Oh, that's huge.
It is huge. It's partly split between... have you met people from Haiti here?
Yes.
And maybe you met some from Santo Domingo, even in school.
Yes.
So the country, Dominican Republic, is kind of split in between those two countries. So I was in the city, and then I was also in the touristy part.
Okay.
And there I went for two things. So first, I've written a book. I've written a small book. I'm calling it a mini book, a toolkit almost, about the ocean economy. And so when I talk about the ocean economy, it's like, how do we live around the ocean and use the ocean without exploiting it, without exploiting our people? And how do we make sure that we can do this work for long periods of time, so that you are able to enjoy and learn, but that continues over time, and that people don't feel burnt out, that people get the right money so they can keep going, and that we are doing more to take care of the human side of the work as well. So I've written that book, and I went to Santo Domingo for a soft launch of that book. So I was able to share my book and do a whole working group on well-being and the workload of science and conservation to a lot of people in the Caribbean who do sea turtle science. So I did that. And then I also went and presented some of our work from Montserrat and Fish and Fins on our sea turtle work here. And that was interesting. So there was 100 scientists, researchers, and practitioners from across the islands. Was St. Martin there? St. Martin. Antigua was there. St. Kitts was there. All the islands you could see around us.
Yeah.
Colombia, Venezuela, Cuba, all of this. So they were all there, and we were learning some interesting things. So the last trip you took, I don't know if you were there for Fish and Fins, but did you go down to Old Road Bay And did you see a nest that the fisheries department have actually sort of protected?
Yes, I saw that.
Right. Do you remember which turtle it's nested there? It's a leatherback turtle. So there's like some turtles that nest on Montserrat. Some of them are very, very rare.
Yes.
And we have been very interested in figuring out ways that we can help to protect them and preserve them so that more people who visit Montserrat and also for our young people here can actually learn more about them. So this is a leatherback turtle and it's the hugest. It grows to, some of them are like 1,000 pounds in weight and they could be about like 7 feet wide. And they migrate very far away. They migrate to like Alaska, places like that to forage for food. In this summer, you'll be able to, once you're on the island for the summer, July and August is our peak nesting season for the other turtles. So we have like green turtles. We also have hawksbill turtles. You could tell the difference because the hawksbill turtle likes to be around the coral reef, and the green turtles were a little bit bigger. Could be about 3 feet wide. And they like to be in the seagrass. So sometimes they swim very, very close up to shore. So you can see them mating and doing their thing. And then they come and nest on Montserrat shores. So we're going to be preparing to do a lot of work around that this summer. Hopefully we get some finance and funding for that. But either way, we're going to be adopting beaches from Isles Bay Oil Road right to Barton Bay. So that's going to be interesting. And the reason why we protected that turtle is because it's critically endangered in the world. So there's not many left in the world. And if we don't do more to care for them, it could be that you only end up seeing them in protected spaces like, massive aquariums, or even in time to come, you may only see them in their books and videos. Because when I was away speaking to people from French Guiana and Suriname and places like this, they said that because of fishing, like illegal and unregulated fishing,
Yes.
there is a lot of those species are dying. So what happens, some of the fishers, because people have to eat, people are trying to make a living, and they put the gill nets over, and when they put the gill nets, there's like a floating line, and then there's a gill net that drops like maybe 6 feet down into the sea. But the turtles, as they're swimming along, they get caught up in the floating net, and it drowns them. So people are not even using the meat to eat, but they just get killed by bycatch. And so in French Guiana, which is another sort of island in our region, they in the 2000s they used to have these leatherback turtles, these huge, really, really elusive creatures, come on their shores and nest, and they had like numbers in the thousands. And now, last year, they only counted 17. So could you imagine that?
That's devastating.
Exactly. The species are getting devastated by human action. And Montserrat is lucky enough that even though we hardly get to see them, some people have been lucky enough to see a nest hatch. I am not aware of anybody seeing one nest, because they come up in the night and sometimes they go to the quieter, sandier beaches. So there's a beach called Barton Bay that is more towards the buried city of Plymouth that we are seeing some nests. And one of them actually came up on Old Road Isles Bay. So that's why fisheries have actually protected that. So we can monitor it to make sure that nobody's driving their cars on it, that it's not being dug up by dogs, and that we can really estimate when those eggs hatch. Right? So it's very interesting. And their eggs, like the other turtles, could be like a golf ball size. The eggs are a little bit less. And these eggs are huge, and they dig them like 5 feet deep in the ground. So I'm very interested about them because we know a lot about the green turtles. We know a lot about the hawksbill turtles because they come into the region often. And so people know how they mate. You can see them mating. We're going to take you out and so you can snorkel and see, and your sister and everybody else in the group this summer. But you don't know much about these big hawksbill, these big leatherbacks. And they don't have a hard shell. They have like a black leathery skin and cover for the top and the bottom. So this is going to be very interesting for us to see and to learn more about. And so I've been doing a lot of work around trying to get that kind of program up and running. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward. Do you think you might be interested in learning something about turtles?
Definitely, I would be interested.
Yeah.
In Zimbabwe, we have we call them tortoise.
Yes, I know
Yes.
turtles.
Yes.
People have them as pets sometimes, and then people farm them to eat as meat.
Yes. I remember, let's just say 99%. We can't say 99. Maybe let's classify as 98 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Tortoise farms in Zimbabwe.
Really? So it's a
Yes.
big farming
Yeah,
industry.
yes. So they keep, some of them are in game reserves.
Uh-huh.
Yes, so you can but they're in a secluded place where they're out of animal reach. So to protect them, they install a farm that they'll, in, because of those animals, there's lots of tourism, lot of exploration happening in my country right now. Yes, something like that.
How large do they get? Because I know Seychelles has some tortoises that get really big. And then I've also seen in Antigua and maybe even a couple of people in Montreal had them. Very small, maybe like a small dog size. Maybe not even that big for the tortoises. So, but in Zimbabwe, do you have special species? Are they really large, or they're still like very small?
They can get large. They can get very, very large. Yes.
So interesting. So that's another sort of economic thing where people actually can get jobs and do tours and
Yes.
And make some money and do research around these turtles
Yes.
or tortoises.
Yes. Anything.
It's very interesting. So even though we're all from different parts of the world and are experiencing different sort of environments, it's interesting to me to see how much we have in common.
Yes. Very interesting.
So what else do you think is a sort of similarity between Montserrat and Zimbabwe?
With what I've experienced in Montserrat, the forest and the mountains are the similarities back in Zimbabwe. But in Zimbabwe, we have like a large landscape of mountains. Yeah, there are many. I can't even name. Was like there are very many
Mountains.
Mountains.
So you used to go hiking a lot.
We had a mountain here, but I never went hiking as such. Only on school trips or on what we call pathfinder camps. That's why I went hiking a lot.
Yeah, pathfinder camps. So you also go to church in Montserrat and Adventist church.
Yes.
Were you Adventist in Zimbabwe too?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So that's when I used to explore much. Hiking. Yeah, hiking. So since people call me an extrovert, some call me an introvert, I can't classify. I'm really that person who loves nature.
Yes.
That person who just wants to be alone. So when I came to Montserrat, it's a very great place for me because I got to see the forest, enjoy the cool breeze, although it's hot. The breeze, enjoying the birds, and definitely the iguanas, though. Yeah.
There is a very special person that I would love you to meet. That works for the Department of Environment. Her name is Ajume, and she just finished her master's in research around the iguanas. And I think she would be very happy to speak to you. I should introduce you to her. And she also does a lot of research and observations around our seabirds as well. And I know you had particular interest in the seabirds at one point before you went into being very fascinated about the rocks, which I find interesting. You know, it's interesting to see how people's minds work, because sometimes people kind of gravitate to popular things like coral reef and sea turtles and certain types of fish like sharks. Like these are very charismatic animals, right?
Yes.
And I found it very unique to see how, very interesting to see how people like yourselves are really observing and paying attention to nature around you, because it is true that Montserrat has so many rocks.
Yes.
They're very beautiful. Some beaches you go to across the Caribbean have very shelly beaches. So you go and you just explore for shells. But, it's interesting that you think, and there may be other people out there thinking,
Yeah.
what's unique about Montserrat's rock? So sometimes you have to, it takes other people from coming outside of Montserrat to tell us the beauty of and the magic of what we actually have here.
Yes.
So thank you for that and for sharing with
welcome.
us. And we're looking forward to your presentation too. And the final thing I would say just before we wrap up is I'm reminded to get in touch with Tiffany Williams at the Montserrat Volcano Observatory. And I also have another friend there, a scientist called Karen. Both of them could also help to provide even additional insights into rock formation on Montserrat, because they are working with the volcanic structure and development of the island.
I would love
And
that.
so you can ask some questions of them, and I think it would really help with your qualitative data collection as well. So I just want to say a huge thank you again for your time. You have done an awesome job. High five.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to finish by saying?
Yes, I would love to say that people of Montserrat, wake up. Was Montserrat itself, if you see the beauty in it, you find every small memory that you have will be observed within Montserrat. Let us protect the ocean and the sea. Well, that's blue money down there. For tourism, that's tourism down there. That's money making down there. Montserrat itself, although there's not much to do, but Montserrat itself is beautiful. We should find bigger things in the smaller things that we have to protect our environment. That's a good thing. You know that some places there's tons of pollution. Tons and tons of pollution. Many oceans and the seas are polluted right now. But wake up, people of Mont. Wake up. Well, I'm saying wake up. Because Montserrat itself is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And is there anybody else that your friends, family, you want to give a shout out to before we finish up?
I'm good.
You're good?
Yes.
My love, thank you so much. Until next time on the Blue Zone, thank you so much for following. And again, hopefully you'll call us more next time. Stay blessed and have a great week.
Look at the world in general, how we treat the environment with such utter disregard and such discontent. But it could never be wise to pick a fight with Mother Nature. You can't win that battle, she's a real good counter-puncher. We must all be prudent and be all good students. You better listen what Vita say, or we won't be around one day.